Hold on. Before you watch the rest of the video, I have a new site on Tippy where you can see lots of unseen videos and more. Link in the description. Don't miss out. Join the team and enjoy the video.
We used to have the rate and the number of beds and everything in the contract because
It's a contract for that.
when I was in law school, which wasn't like 100 years ago, I mean, they said that there are certain terms of contracts that are absolutely needed. You gotta have a price and you gotta have a quantity and you have to have a description of the item. We have no price, we have no quantity, but they were like, we won't put it in there. They want it on an addendum sheet instead of in the actual contract. So,
Lucky for us, the law's malleable.
If they're just doing a renewal as it stands now, I doubt there's any new stipulations. And if we try to make this work now, what we can do in the future, like next fiscal year, if we're looking at a 2.5% from our group again, maybe take it into account that Hannah did get this 4%. See how?
yeah, no, there won't be, at least my understanding is, any additional strings attached to 557 other than I don't know what level of enforcement they're going to try to say you have to increase the salaries. I don't know what their response is going to be.
I don't know.
If
Because
we
again,
don't-
if they set the daily rate and they've given it to us for this and we don't do it, if they set it, I don't know what the rules are for them on giving us a different daily rate than another facility.
Well, mechanically, that money's not available to use
Right.
unless we open the budget. So we do have to front fund it somewhere. I mean, that's.
And I will say, I don't have the information in front of me, but this is saying that they have increased it to, what'd you say, Hannah, 150?
Yes, 155.67 is what they've been paying us per bed, per day since July 1.
And I think I don't know if it was last year or the year before, I think our daily rate from our study was what,
I
225?
actually got the new one yesterday.
Okay.
They haven't finished all of it, but
How is there such a disparity on what MGT does for the juvenile center versus the jail? But that's substantial.
there are a lot of things in that study that it's impossible to calculate. Like when you look at utilities, how you calculate how much electricity goes to detention, which is 24 hours, versus how much goes to the building, which is not open 24 hours. For instance, the staffing salaries, we split 65% and 35%, and that was the rate indicated because at that time, 65% of my staff were in detention and 35% were in the bureau. That's obviously not the ratio now. There's a lot of, we did the best we could ratios in there for that.
And if you recall, that's why we did that split. Used to, for the newer members, juvenile used to have one, but they had some special revenue accounts, but from general fund, we funded them into one general fund budget. Well, as we got into conversations on this rate issue, it was determined that we needed to split the costs because the state is reimbursing us on the detention side, not on the bureau side. So we came in and created a second budget. So they had a detention budget and a bureau budget, and we split out costs to each one. That way we could help further justify the expense that we were paying on the detention side.
Based on FY 22-23, the rate increased from $334.88 to $373.62. Based on not last fiscal year, but
Yeah,
the
so
year
the
before.
225 was like
273.62?
Yes,
It's kind of
2 years
what
ago.
we say the actual rate should be.
it went from 334.80.
paying us. We were sending them a bill. There's a mechanism in state law to bill them if you're not under contract. So we weren't providing it free of
You're
charge.
saying up to the contract.
But didn't we go a whole fiscal year without payment, like 2 point?
They paid us.
We
The,
didn't settle.
Yeah.
Eventually we settled.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I get they paid us, but it was sometime in the future. There's
no. Okay, so we had front funded and we had the money in the county budget and general fund. the very beginning of that next fiscal year, they paid us for the previous fiscal year, so we had it in there
It was budgeted,
to pay
yes.
for the next year.
But we
So
have to
it's been
budget for the
budgeted,
next fiscal year.
and it's not like we went,
Yeah, but there was a couple fiscal years in a row where they didn't pay us, right?
no, well, they didn't pay us in that year, but they paid us at the end of the fiscal year, not through a contract, but through a different mechanism. There's never been a year where they didn't either pay us that year for those services, or they didn't pay us within 1 or 2 months of the next fiscal year for the previous year's services.
Each year that we didn't have a contract, the county settled with the state.
So instead of
on those.
reimbursing us on a monthly basis, they did it at the end of the year. So we were still able to cash flow without
Yes.
changing anything.
Yes.
Yes.
So when you say settlement, is that settlement for a lower amount than what was due?
Depends on who you ask.
Was it a lower amount than we were expecting?
It was
That was
based on the
budgeted.
previous contract amount that was in place before.
One time, we need to have it, yeah, because I'm keeping those balances
Okay,
separate. You'll see it on the
perfect.
first page of the watch list, so
Okay.
pretty much anything we kind of, that isn't clear, one time versus ongoing.
Mhm.
Now, if this passes as a recommendation, I just want you to,
Still has to go to the.
still has to go to budget board, and we made a recommendation that passed. This document was not attached, was it? I
No,
didn't think
sir, it's
so.
not. I just received it.
Okay, without objection, the chair will ask the clerk to make this document a part of the record. Good morning, Chris, how are you?
I'm well, how about yourself?
Good.
Great to see you guys. Mr. Sheriff, if I could, the document that I have in front of you, we want to be just as transparent as humanly possible. This is our internal document. It's actually got names of our staffs and personnel stuff on it. But I would want you to have it just as we're talking so that you can see exactly where we're at, where we're spending the money, where we may be over, where we may be under.